These are classic, simple stretches. One side, other side. Of course, you don't want to pull any muscles. All right. Just a stretch. It's hardly ever windy here. Today it's windy for the first time. So I've already done my warm-up. This is just to show you what it looks like. Stretch your arm out. If you need that to help balance yourself, if you don't need it to help balance yourself, you just lean forward. Stretch as much as you can. Okay? Do some crunches. Get on the ball. Position your legs like so in an L position. You can lean most of the way back, all the way back, and feel very comfortable. It's helpful if you can get your feet anchored. Sometimes I'll use a wall or a corner of a wall to help anchor my feet. I'm going to do 250 sit-ups. Okay, so we're going to begin. You can do it with your arms crossed this way, or you can do it behind your neck. I like to do it this way because it doesn't put any tension on the back of the neck. Our knee in, and we're going to bring the ball to the knee, just over the knees. I'm going to do a set of 20, which is plenty, by the way. You'll feel it. It'll give you a tremendous burn very quickly. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Make sure your feet don't touch the ground. The ball can touch the ground, but it's better if it doesn't. And you rest. That was our first set of 20. We rest for about 10 seconds. Next we're going to do a V shape. 1, 2, 3. Make sure your feet don't touch the ground. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'm going to set the clock for 1 minute. We're going to do a 1-minute plank. Position ourselves yourselves this way on your elbows and begin. Actually, I've got 2 minutes on there. See if we can at least do a 1 minute plank. I'm going to keep your back straight, elbows straight. You can put your head down if it's easier, or you can lift your head up. Either way is okay. We just finished our ab workout. We have additional ab exercises because we're working the core. You want to spend a lot of time working the core, which is going to give you strength training all around. We just finished doing what's called a plank. We did a 2 minute plank. Now we're going to move on to this wheel, which is an excellent exercise and very helpful also for working the core. I recommend using knee pads. I'm going to put the knee pads on just to demonstrate how to use this. Upper body strength, and also it's going to work on, again, the core. So you can begin on your knees if you like. A simple roll-out exercise. Your feet should be off the ground and together. And then you can begin. I begin with maybe 5 to 10 reps. When you strengthen the core, it builds some core strength. You can also stand up. Position your body in what looks like a V shape and do a standing roll out. More difficult, you don't want to try this in the beginning, you want to work your way up to it, of course. I'll demonstrate that again. You should be using the knee pads just as a safety precaution. You can do again maybe 5 to 10 reps, whatever you're comfortable doing. Let's do 5. And one more makes 5. Exercise. Similar to the last, but using 2 instead of 1. Again, let's start on the knees first. And stabilizing can be a problem, since you've got 2 instead of 1. And you're only using 1 hand, which of course doesn't give you the benefit and strength of using 2. So with the knee pads, you simply roll out. Your feet should be in the air off the ground. This exercise, of course, is very good for core strength, building your upper body and your core as well. And again, you can give it a try. Once you've built your core strength up a little bit, in the standing position. Stand arched over, knees slightly bent, and we can roll out. And roll back up. You separate your feet a little bit, maybe about 12, 13, 14 inches apart, gives you a little bit more stability if you try it from a standing position. Quite good for doing an iron cross. This move is called an iron cross. And if you wonder why it's called an iron cross, give it a try. Mike Brown. We're back again. Let's talk about exercise in general. We need exercise, we need to sleep well, we need to eat well, we need to drink warm water to keep our systems going well. Good clean water, good clean air, plenty of sleep, and of course you need exercise all around to protect yourself and keep yourself healthy. We're going to be working on jumping rope as our next routine. So stay tuned for an excellent jump rope routine. And you just saw a nice routine. Again, my name is Michael Brown, and to tell you a little bit about myself, and you may have guessed already, I used to be a boxer, which accounts for the fancy footwork. But this is something that anybody can do. Don't tell yourself, oh, I'm not a boxer, I can't do this, I'm not a professional athlete, I'm not an amateur athlete, I can't do this. Of course you can. By the way, I'm 56 years old, and I work out for 2 hours a day. If I can do it, so can you. Of course you can. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. So why don't you say yes? And let's talk about the routine a little bit more. I'm going to show you how to jump rope. First of all, let's talk about how to hold the rope. And you're going to get a rope with swivel handles that spin a little bit. This is a lightweight rope. It's actually a wire or a cord. There are different kinds of ropes, and you're going to use whichever one makes you feel more comfortable, most comfortable. When you jump, you're going to stand on the balls of your feet. I'm going to stand sideways to demonstrate. And you'll notice I'm up on my toes. So when I jump it, I'm going to demonstrate. Your hands are right where your waist is, about level with your waist. You're standing on your toes, and you're going to bounce. You're going to bounce. All right? Actually, the rope is doing all the work, or most of the work. I'm just bouncing. Then you can do a variety of tricks, like jumping jacks, which is nothing more than just doing a jumping jack while you're bouncing. Start out by bouncing slow, hands at your side. That's the correct way. The wrong way is to do this. Right? You don't want to bring your arms way over like this. You want to keep your hands at the side. And your wrists are doing all the work. You're basically just spinning your wrist. You're spinning your wrist, and you're bouncing on your toes. So again, to recap, you don't want to jump flat-footed. You want to get up on your toes. You're on the balls of your feet, and you're bouncing, 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 bouncing. Your hands are level with your waist, and your wrists are doing all the work. Practice, you can walk, jumping jacks, you can vary the routine in one foot, the other foot, or most of the work, and just bouncing. then you can do a variety of tricks, like jumping jacks. It's nothing more than just doing a jumping jack while you're bouncing. Now, start off by bouncing slow, hands at your side. That's the correct way. The wrong way is to do this. Right? You don't want to bring your arms way over like this. You want to keep your hands at the side, and your wrists are doing all the work. You're basically just spinning your wrist. You're spinning your wrist, and you're bouncing on your toes. So again, to recap, you don't want to jump flat-footed. You want to get up on your toes. You're on the balls of your feet, and you're bouncing, 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 bouncing. Your hands are level with your waist, and your wrists are doing all the work. With a little practice, you can walk, jumping jacks, and you can vary the routine from one foot, the other foot, and bouncing. Sideways. And of course you can double your routine. You count 1, 2, 3, and you jump on 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Very good. Let's move on to our next exercise, which is going to be mostly for the upper body. This is called the burn machine. It comes in different weights. This one happens to be about 12 pounds. Well, there are a couple different exercises we can do with the burn machine. Begin by taking your left hand, gripping the black handle as so, taking your right hand, gripping the reverse handle, and we're going to begin by punching what looks like a speed bag. This is designed to be a speed bag, or in boxing sometimes we call it a peanut bag. So let's begin. I'm going to do this for about 1 minute, and I'll vary the exercise, vary the routine. You want to lift your elbows up in the air, get the most out of the routine. And we're simulating punching a speed bag. My body is squared at this time, but if we're boxing, we're going to be at an angle. The body's going to be turned sideways when you're boxing. But when we're using this, we can stand square, no problem. Now, I'm also going to do the reverse. And when we reverse, generally we lower it. Slightly lower than my chest. A little bit above the abdomen, the stomach. Again, this weighs about 12 pounds. It's heavy, you can feel it. An additional exercise you can do. You notice these handles spin, which works your wrists, and your elbows and your shoulders. You can feel the burn immediately using this machine. It's an excellent piece of equipment. And hold your hands out and just hold it in the air suspended. That too is a tremendous workout. And then just turn it as such. You can hold it, and I like to throw both arms out. Loosens my shoulders up a little bit. Takes the tightness out of the shoulders and the elbows. You can hold it out. Rotating one over the top of the other. And also, you can invert it and hold it out. Invert it in and push it out. The reverse, twist it the opposite direction. Twist it inward and push it out. Twist it inward and push it out. Or go underneath and push it out. Again, underneath and pushing it out. Then holding it up again. You can feel a tremendous burn in your arms and in your shoulders. And I will routinely use this for about 30 minutes a day. It takes time to work up to 30 minutes, folks. This is not something you'll do the very first day. It's an excellent piece of equipment. and I believe it's available on Taobao for those of you who live in China. In the United States, you should be able to find it on the internet, I'm sure. Okay, let's move on to our next piece of equipment.